The phone buzzed on the nightstand, a sharp vibration slicing through the silence of the pre-dawn hour. I jolted upright, heart hammering, the bed cold and empty beside me. My wife, Lila, hadn't come home. All night I'd lain awake, the clock's red glow mocking me. 2:17, 3:42, 4:09. Now, at 5:13 a.m., her text lit up the screen. "I'm fine. Be home soon." My stomach twisted, a knot of dread and fury. The words felt hollow, like a stranger's lie. Where had she been? Why hadn't she called? I stared at the message, its curtness clawing at me, and the room seemed to shrink, the air thick with the weight of something unspoken. We'd been married 7 years, Lila and I. High school sweethearts turned suburban clichés. Her with her art gallery job, me with my accounting firm. Our life was a quiet rhythm. Coffee brewed at dawn, shared dinners, Netflix marathons. But lately, the rhythm had faltered. She'd been distant, her laughter rarer, her eyes darting to her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. I'd chalked it up to stress. Her gallery was hosting a big exhibit, late nights with clients, schmoozing collectors. "It's just work," she'd say, her smile tight, her fingers brushing mine as if to reassure. But last night, when she said she'd be home by 10 and didn't show, the doubts I'd buried clawed their way to the surface. I paced the kitchen, the linoleum cold under my bare feet, the fridge humming like a distant warning. Her text burned in my mind. "I'm fine. Fine." The word felt like a slap. I poured coffee, the mug's heat searing my palm, and tried to piece together the night. She'd left at 6, dressed in that black dress I loved, the one that hugged her curves like a promise. "Client dinner," she'd said, kissing me lightly, her perfume, jasmine and something sharper, lingering. I'd nodded, ignoring the unease curling in my gut. By midnight I'd called her twice. No answer. By 2 I'd texted, "Where are you?" Nothing. Now her message mocked me, too brief to explain, too vague to trust. The front door creaked open at 6:47 a.m. I froze, coffee halfway to my lips. Lila stepped in, her hair mussed, her dress slightly wrinkled, a faint smudge of lipstick on her collar. My chest tightened. She looked wrong. Not guilty exactly, but unsteady, like someone caught in a storm she hadn't predicted. "Hey," she said, her voice soft, almost cautious. She dropped her purse on the counter, avoiding my eyes. "Sorry I didn't call. It got late." Late. My voice cracked, sharper than I meant. "You were gone all night, Lila. Where were you?" The question hung between us, heavy, electric. Her shoulders stiffened, and for a moment, I saw something flicker in her eyes. Fear? Defiance. She crossed her arms, her wedding ring glinting under the kitchen light. "It was a work thing," she said, her tone too even, rehearsed. "The client wanted to keep talking, and we ended up at a bar. I crashed at Jenna's." Jenna, her coworker, the one with the loft downtown. Plausible. But the air felt wrong, like the moment before a glass shatters. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But the smudge on her collar, the way her hands trembled slightly as she poured water, it gnawed at me. "You couldn't text me back?" I asked, my voice low, barely holding back the anger. "I was up all night, Lila. Worried sick." My hands clenched, nails digging into my palms. I hated how desperate I sounded, how small. She sighed, rubbing her temple. "I know, Mark. Sorry. My phone died, and I didn't realize how late it was." Her eyes met mine then, soft, pleading. "Can we not do this now? I'm exhausted." I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but her weariness stopped me. She looked fragile, her face pale under the fluorescent light. Doubt crept in. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe it was just a late night. But as she brushed past me toward the bedroom, I caught a whiff of something new, not her perfume. Cologne. Sharp, musky, unfamiliar. My heart sank, a cold stone in my chest. The day dragged, each hour a slow unraveling. Lila slept until noon, her phone locked and silent on the dresser. I worked from home, my laptop a blur of numbers I couldn't focus on. My mind replayed every moment, her late nights, her guarded smiles, the way she'd stopped touching me as often. I thought of the gallery owner, Ethan, with his slick suits and easy charm. She'd mentioned him more lately, his name slipping into conversations like a casual knife. "Ethan thinks the exhibit will sell out," she'd say, her eyes bright in a way they hadn't been for me in months. By evening I couldn't take it. I grabbed her phone while she showered, the steam curling from the bathroom like a veil. Her passcode, our anniversary, unlocked it. My hands shook as I opened her messages. There was a thread with Ethan. My throat closed as I scrolled. "Meet me at the bar after." He'd written last night. Her reply, "Can't wait." My vision blurred. Further up, more texts. "You make me feel alive. Miss you already." Each word was a blade, carving away the life I thought we had. When she emerged, wrapped in a towel, her eyes widened at the phone in my hand. "Mark, what are you doing?" Her voice was sharp, panicked. "Who's Ethan?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "And don't lie to me, Lila." I saw the texts. Her face crumpled, not with guilt but with something else, resignation. She sank onto the couch, her hands twisting the towel's edge. "It's not what you think," she said, but her voice broke, betraying her. He's just someone I talk to." It got out of hand. Out of hand. I laughed, bitter, the sound tearing from my throat. "You're texting him you miss him, Lila. You stayed out all night. Don't insult me." Tears welled in her eyes, but I didn't care. The room spun, the walls closing in. "Did you sleep with him?" The question slipped out, raw, ugly. I didn't want the answer, but I needed it. She looked away, her silence louder than any confession. My knees buckled. I gripped the counter, the edge biting into my palm. "How long?" I whispered. "A few months," she said finally, her voice barely audible. "It wasn't planned, Mark. I didn't mean to hurt you." I wanted to rage, to break something, but all I felt was emptiness. The woman I loved, the one I'd built a life with, had slipped away while I wasn't looking. "Why?" asked, my voice cracking. "Wasn't I enough?" She sobbed then, her shoulders shaking. "I don't know. I was lonely. You were always working, and Ethan, he saw me. Really saw me." Her words stung, a twisted mirror of my own doubts. Had I been distant? Had I missed her signals? But the betrayal burned hotter than my guilt. I turned away, unable to look at her. "Get out," I said, my voice cold. "I can't do this right now." She left quietly, her footsteps fading down the hall. The door clicked shut, and the silence was deafening. I sank to the floor, her phone still in my hand. Another text buzzed through, from Ethan. "You okay?" I stared at it, my heart a raw wound. Then without thinking I typed back, "She's gone." I hit send, the words a small, bitter act of defiance. But as the screen went dark, a new realization hit, sharp and cold. Lila wasn't the only one keeping secrets. Last month, in a moment of weakness, I'd kissed Sarah, my coworker, after a late-night meeting. I'd stopped it, sworn it would never happen again, but the guilt had lingered, a shadow I'd ignored. Now it roared to life, twisting the knife. Was I any better? The truth choked me, a tangled mess of love, betrayal, and regret. Our marriage wasn't just broken. It was a house of cards, built on lies we'd both told.